Welcome to Passion for Books. My name is Kim. Today I'm bringing you another Keep It Simple Bookish planning as I go about planning out the 13th through the 17th. So let's get into it. And again, like the title says, keeping it simple and organized and functional. So the first thing I'm going to do is take out the 2 pages so that is easier to work with. Alright, so we're going to set this aside and we'll come back to it later. So now that I have this, we're going to actually start out because I was able to get a little bit more material since the last video went up. And I think I'm going to use this kind of bluish star or snowflake type of washi tape. And I think I'm going to do the borders and maybe make some more boxes throughout and see how I like that. Again, I'm not perfect at it, so we shall see what I can do. And I will get better over time. And right now I'm in the stage of finding out what it is I like. So again, it's going to be an evolution over time as again I figure out what it is I truly like. Now, what decor do I like, and those type of things. Again, my perfectionist side is coming out, but alright, that is still not going on straight. So as you can see, I am definitely a novice when it comes to this, but sometimes I do it really well, and other times not so easily, but eventually I'll get there. And this may be why a lot of people don't use washi as much anymore. Some people do, some people don't. I think once I get the length of it, then if I need to, I can go back. It's just getting it to the proper length. There we go. Well, that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I kind of like that. Again, try not to. So that is what it looks like. Hopefully that was somewhat in view. So put a little strip down there, and then we're going to try and put a strip down here, and then I'm going to go backwards. So again, maybe you can see it because I'm not sure if I was in frame that last time. Go me. Ha. But that's okay too. And again, the more I do this, the better I'm going to become at doing this. I'm going to go back and straighten that out, and if I end up using more of it than I need to, then that's fine too. I can always trim it as I need to because I can tell it's not flush. We'll just flip it over from last week. That's okay. You can see how that page kind of ended up. So now let's straighten this out a little bit because there's a pulled up or bubbled area. We can come and fix it and get it to lay a little bit. Maybe I didn't just waste this whole strip. Like I say, this is trial and error, learning as I go, and I am 100% okay with that. So leave me some tips down below what it is that you do to help you be productive, whether you have a YouTube channel or not, or just in your daily life. Do you use planners? What have you found that has been helpful if you do use a planner? Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm not a planner channel. I am a book channel. I just like to add a little bit of stuff here or there. And that's what we're looking at so far. Again, this part is going to be up in the ring, so I'm not as worried about that. And the edges may be a little short, but I'm okay with that because this is mine and it doesn't have to be perfectionist. Again, I'm not a planning channel. Okay, so I have a little bit down here. Again, up here is where I put my video stuff, what videos are going to be posted on what days. And Nyx may or may not be coming in. That's what this lovely shadow is because she has decided to join us. I'm making it a little bit darker than necessary. Oh, there's her head. Okay, so that was fun. All right, so got the washi down, debating on whether I want to put another strip up here. Not sure yet. Let me see about any inspirational quotes that I can find that I might want to add before we get into actually filling in the important stuff. So over here, we're gonna do a, put this to the side, make sure you can still somewhat see. To do a gratitude, whoops, section. Yes, I turn everything upside down because I don't know, it seems to work better for me that way. So gratitude, what I'm thankful for. Let's kind of go and zoom you guys in and focus you. All right, so gratitude goes there. Let's see what else I can find. I don't know if I have a mood checked in. Nope. But I can always write that in. We'll put, I think we'll put this one as I drop things. So maybe right around in here. All right. So bend up my page. Yay. That's all right. And yeah, some people, they'll overlap the lines, like they'll bring the box over and whatnot, and like double over. And I may do more stickers and other decorative stuff around that, but that is not a me thing. So this one, and it's kind of going to be kind of a blue and green and with some pink thrown in kind of layout. But we're working on this side right now. So this is mood. So how I'm feeling, so mood check for this week. So mood check, and then at the end of the week I will check in of how I'm feeling. How did the week go? Now that I'm going to be back at work, how did I feel overall during the week? And I might do maybe a couple others throughout the week, but definitely wanted one here. And do maybe a list of things that I'm grateful for. Let's see if I can find maybe a bulleted list. 3 or 4 things throughout the week that I'm grateful for. And then we'll get back to this side. So we're going to work on one page at a time. And I do have, we'll bring in a pink one. Since it's going to be blue, green, and pink. So everything kind of flows. All right, so things that I am grateful for. I'm going to trim off the to-do because that's really not what this is about. And that's what I'm learning or discovering as I am doing these planning videos, is that you can make it whatever you like, however you like it. You know, again, I'm trying to keep it simple and functional because some people do extreme decorations and it gets too busy for me. But if you like busy things, then do that. Again, you do you. Again, I probably just tagged it. Hopefully it didn't make it wobble too much and make you sick when you go back to watch this. There we go. I think I finally got it on straighter. All right, so just a list of things that I'm going to be grateful for that has happened this week. Mood check for this week. So we got that going on. Let's see, what other setup stuff did I want to include? Wanted a budget box. I think that was on here. So what I did, because this wasn't on here last week, I got this box out, made a note to myself. So this is only going to be at the beginning of the month as a check-in. You know, this is my budget. I don't want to go over the $50. This comes out... this part comes out of that 50, so I don't have a total of 50 in addition to this. And then my stipulation here is that I have to get 10 books off of my TBR before I'm going to purchase additional books outside of my bookcase club. So that's how that ended up. And then my reminders that I need to film. So I have videos ready to be uploaded for this week. So that's what we're going to hear, but it's going to be a little bit smaller because I don't need a reminder too much other than just to stay on budget and not purchase anything. Just kind of reminders for that. I can do maybe not a box, but a little dot. And then we'll say remind, stay on budget. Just as a reminder, I think that will be good for me. And then you'll see me alternating between my green pen and my pinkish color pen to go with that theme. Alrighty. Reminder. Follow budget. Budget rules. Okay. I think that looks good. Again, I don't have the fancy handwriting, but again, this is for me. And I'm just bringing you guys along, so I did want to do that. So let's switch over for a minute to the other page. Again, they're not perfect matching in colors, but they will be in the same family. I think you guys can somewhat see what I'm doing. Yes, I think you guys can. All right, so this is my rolling over of my TBR, the 3 books that I'm focusing on for the month of January. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. I'm trying to kind of keep you somewhat in focus, and then I'll show you once I have it in. So I have finished out one of my books off of my TBR, which was the Fire and Ash, which actually also led me to one of my goals of completing out one of my series. So that book will not be listed, but I will add on the ones I still have left, which is No Exit by Taylor Adams. And then I have To Catch a Killer. And this is by, I believe, Cheryl Scarborough, which I always struggle with. And then still working on finishing out the Fellowship of the Ring. I'm getting closer. I think I have maybe 4 chapters left, 4.5, something like that. So I know it was supposed to be only 3, but 2 were rollovers from December. All right, so there is that. So that's my section for my TBR. Then I want to add in my complete series I'm wanting to complete this year, which again, I have a book to add to it. So let's put this one here. So again, my series to complete, and I've already done one, which was Fire and Ash by Jonathan Mayberry. I think there is one other book in the series, but it is a group of short stories, and I typically don't read those, so I did complete the actual novels, big, fleshed out series of books. I don't think at this point I'm going to read the compilation of short stories. At this time, later I may, but for me, I'm counting that series as being completed. And then my nonfiction section, let's see what I want to use for that. Probably another bigger box, because right now I have 3 books I want to complete out. We'll actually move it up so I can add on as I finish, maybe. Work on not just dropping them. All right. This. So we'll see if this will hopefully stick. I don't think that's going to work because it's going to smear right off. All right. And I'm loving that about these stickers. You can peel them off and use them for later. Worked the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. You can always peel off and start again. Make it a little bit easier on myself, sort of. All right, so this is going to be, this is my nonfiction section, the books, and to help me complete my goal out for this year of reading at least a minimum of 2 nonfiction books. And then I'm going to put it with this pinky color box. And just so everything kind of relates to one another. Again, they're a little bit different colors, but they're in the same family. So to me, that works just fine. Again, we're going to turn you upside down in the hopes I get this right. There is really no wrong way to do this. Alright, so have any of you guys started making any of your goals this year? I've already completed out 2 books out of my 75 that I have set for myself this year. So I'm very pleased with that. This is what that box is looking like. Again, it is a little crooked. I'm going to have to get over that. Me and my perfectionist self. Alright, so write in the ones that I want to read. So the first book, nonfiction, that I want to read is Serial Killers. Again, I think these are true stories about our serial killers we have here in the US that we had or have. So again, it's a little bit of the darker side that I like to read occasionally, not a ton of. So Serial Killers. The next one that I want to read is I Can't Believe My Cat Did That. That's 101 stories. I think it's the Chicken Soup for the Soul cat edition. So I can't believe my cat did that. Alright, and then the last one option that I had for this year, this was actually a recommendation or mentioned by Tia in all the books, which is Jane Austen at Home, a biography. Jane Austen at Home. Okay, so those are my options. Again, if it's books or I'm not enjoying them, I don't have any problem with DNFing books if I'm not enjoying them. To me, reading is for fun, for pleasure. So if it's something I don't like, I'm not going to force myself to read them. Because what is the point of that? Why do we want to make our lives miserable if we don't have to? Because this is not a job for me. This is a hobby of mine. So I want to enjoy the things that that I like. And again, I can low star if I do finish books, you know, and it's not a miserable experience. I don't mind then continuing reading it. But if it's something that is truly, truly boring, that I just am not enjoying, then I will DNF it. All right, so now we're going to work on this middle section. Say right around. Okay, so a little bit where I damaged it a little, but not enough. I will still use it. So this is going to be like random ideas that I come up with, and then I'll just bullet them down. So random video ideas. And then again, I will list them down below as I come up with them, because I did come up with quite a bit this last week or so that and then I would start just filming them because they popped up. So now that I'm getting things organized, when they do, then I will list them down here as new things occur to me. Oh yay, this might be a cool idea for a video. I'll take a space for that. I'm going to switch back over here really quickly. Somewhat quickly. And then another one of the ideas that just randomly popped up in my head was a project that I will have a video coming up soon, and it's called my Rolling Physical TBR project. So again, that project is about trying to read as many books off of my TBR. So it's going to be an ongoing year-long project, so keep an eye out for that video. So maybe put it right here. And then I will list all the books that I complete down this way. All right, so let's use this color. So this is my books that I complete for my rolling TBR project. So any books that I finish, I will list here, or just a kind of reminder that I need to be doing that and staying focused on that. Let's see, I think that is everything planning wise set up that I wanted to do. The only thing I need to now add in are all of my videos at the top, and then we'll decorate a little bit after I get this busy work done. So we'll start with the pink and then alternate, I think. So let's set this one aside. We'll get the first 3 days done. So keep it bookish planning. That's one thing I am trying to be more conscious of, is keeping some videos on specific days. It may not always happen. Some things may come up. So this is a book teaser. I'm not sure yet. I think this is the right one. So we'll leave it at book teaser for now, and then later I'll fill in which book I'm going to give you an excerpt from. So I'm really excited about this series. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it as well. Wednesdays, I'm hoping to have review Wednesdays. So these are book reviews. Okay. There's that. And then, I think this week, yes. So this is the rolling, I think this is my intro to the rolling and selection for the rolling physical TBR. Project. Because it's way bigger than I originally thought when I did my goals for this year. I thought I only had maybe a little over 20 books, but as again I straightened up my space, it became apparent that there were a lot more books hiding out. And then I had 8 books that I had bought or purchased at the end of December, and I did haul videos on them in January. They're coming later this month. And that was 8 more books added in. So I got a lot more books than I originally thought. So that's how this project spawned when I started really looking at it in my new space. And then the last one for this one is one of the hauls that I just mentioned from Books A Million. This is the one, I'm not going to go into what I bought. I will do that in the video when it comes. Okay, so there are those. And then again, I don't really plan anything out for these days. That's generally when I film or take a break, that type of thing. It's more relaxed. All right, so let's look at what we have so far. Sorry about it. In a minute I'll span out, but I think I'm happy with what I have so far. Set this kind of over in the corner. Let us see. I want some snowflakes. So let's do a little bit of decorating. So let's come out a little bit. Zoom you out so you can kind of get an overall view of things. And then we'll... Alright. So blue, green, you know. So it is still kind of wintry, even though some days it feels warmer in the 60s. We're down in 50s and 40s again. So you never really know what's going to go on. So tying everything in, all the different colors. I don't got it, like I said, I've mentioned I think in other videos that I don't have a lot of stickers yet. Again, this is new to me. I'm really enjoying it though. So let's put one up here. Now let's see if I can go and find some sayings, make it decorative, more interesting, still within the color scheme. So we will put that here. I can still use this space. I have space here I can use. Okay. Ooh, there we go. So we overlapped that there before my timer went off, so I know when to make sure my video is still recording, because sometimes it stops. Okay, so that's starting to get a little bit more busy. Where it's almost still functional, but I need to kind of stop it there so I can still have room to do things. Get you back in frame. So this is what we're looking at. Again, I have my TBR over here, my series that I've completed so far, my nonfiction books, all of my video layouts of what I want to come out when, some random idea areas, my rolling books which I need to transfer over, of what books I've started with, my gratitude, what I'm thankful for, how I'm feeling, and then my budget reminder over here, and then some inspirational stuff. And this one says work hard, dream big, which is what I'm planning to do. So I hope you have enjoyed today's planning video. Again, this is helping me to become more conscious of what it is I'm supposed to be doing, when, and those types of things. I can already tell a huge difference, and it's only been, this is now my second week of planning, but with my new office space and planning out what I want to do and what I want to accomplish with my booktube channel, I'm wanting to film. I want to get in there and I want to knock things out and edit and all of that. So just in 2 weeks of doing just this little bit has had a huge impact so far. So again, leave me some tips and tricks as I go, and I'm hoping I'm going to get a little bit better and quicker as I go, as I'm more familiar with what I'm wanting to show on these spreads and color coordinating and all of that. And as I get more supplies, it will become more easier to do that. So right now I've got a little bit of stuff to work with, and I'm doing the best I can with that, with what I have. And again, I don't want it overload. This almost went a little bit overboard, but I still think it can still be functional, and that's what I need. Actually, before we go, I need to get this back into the planner and kind of show you the finished product in the actual planner itself. Alright, there we go. So this one goes here from last week, and then we'll flip it over. Alright, again, thought I had you out far enough. I hope you have enjoyed today's video and the thought process that went behind me creating this spread. Again, with the limited things that I have right now, it's going to take some creative maneuvering with them and coming up with color schemes and those type of items and ideas. And I will get better over time. I can already see a difference between this spread and this spread. Definitely more decorative. I've got a few more materials than what I had here. And it's evolved already to this. So I can't wait until next week and see what else I come up with and ideas to create better looking spreads as I find out what things work for me. So leave me some comments down below what things work for you when you go to do your planner, and I may try it and see does it work well for me or not. So until my next video, I hope you have a good one. Bye!